Hello and welcome to the Darren Connell podcast show. My name is Darren Connell and thanks for tuning in. This week we've got a new guest. It's my good pal Karen.
Hello.
Or Officer Karen, you might
Or just
know
Karen, anything beginning with K.
Aye.
Kitchen, anything. Answer pretty much everything.
Have you got any mad nicknames?
Casbah, Casbahs, Kaz, KB.
Cable.
Basically just
Cable
variations
Slice.
on
Cable Slice, what was his name?
Cable, like the palace?
No, the mad black guy that used to fight people.
I don't know.
How do you know that?
I've obviously not moved in the right circles in my youth.
What's his name? Cable Slice?
Kimbo.
Oh, Kimbo. Kibo. He was like a mad black guy in America that used to challenge people to fist fights, and he won like 100 fights, and then he get a UFC fight and he get absolutely fucking leathered, man, because he was just fighting like drunk cunts in his garden and he thought he was solid.
That's a sad story.
And then he had a heart attack.
Ah.
But he was brand new.
Do you think it was on the basis of having lost the fights? Do you think emotionally he couldn't cope? Or did he just have a bad heart?
I think he had a bad heart.
That's fine.
All they fighting in gardens, like in
Gardening can be really dangerous.
Aye. Like no training and fist fighting in gardens.
I totally take your point.
I'm not being rude and looking at my phone.
No, I know that.
Well, I'm not looking at my phone, but I'm
yeah.
not being rude. I'm just trying to... We're doing this live.
We are indeed.
Oh, that's
Which is
quite
why we
weird.
spent
I'm actually...
about 4 minutes talking about someone who fought in a garden once.
Aye,
Like
Mad
Alice
Cable.
in Wonderland 3.
I'm just trying to see if there's any comments.
Oh, well, I can see me looking at you. And you can see you looking at me. It's interesting. I like it. It's deep.
It's a Matrix. This is a new studio as well, if anybody's... Alright, what's happening? Sorry, we had a wee power cut there. There was lightning and thunder and that, wasn't there?
There was really scary music as well. I was relatively sure I was in a horror film.
It's because we were talking about Kimbo Slice.
That's exactly what caused that.
And the Illuminati shut down the podcast. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Quite a lot of people were moaning that I haven't had a girl on yet.
Well, I think that's a reasonably fair criticism, although you did have a lady on last week, if memory serves, and this lady from the Psychic Society.
Yeah.
She was a female.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that was a week before last, wasn't it? So yes, I'm here to represent as the second of my gender.
You alright?
Represent. I'd also like, I feel like I have to point out Darren very kindly brought a bottle of soda water so that I could have something to drink because I was thirsty. And it turns out it's a chick bottle, so I'm wearing most of it all the way down my front.
Aye.
And I'm thinking that maybe this is why you're not allowed to have girls on, because you basically just get them to pour water on themselves in the hope that they'll take their clothes off.
Like a wet tape. You think I'm a weirdo or something?
No, not at all. Absolutely not.
We do that when the podcast's finished.
It's nice that there's so many people here, then that makes me feel better.
Aye, but like, you get a fucking rape whistle or something. See, that's why it shouldn't be live, because then I say things like...
Yeah. But we know that you don't mean it that way, and that's what
Have you ever had the... See, you can get the rape alarms?
No, in all seriousness, oh god, this is going to be a really serious conversation. Everybody like, wow.
Because I remember I found a box of them in a dump or something when I was a wee guy. See the noise of them? Aye. Oh my god, and it's like flashing, fucking rum, rum, rum. Yeah. See when you let go like 20 of them, it's have you ever had one?
No, I've never had one. No, I have not.
Just like it's casual chat?
Yeah, I know. I used to, although this is a really boring but true story. Where I used to stay, I had planned out a route when I went home so that I was never near... This is really depressing, but it's true, girls think this way. So that I never walked past somewhere where someone could jump out on me when I used to go home at night. But I've never carried a rape alarm.
Right, I thought there was going to be a punchline to that.
No, that's a genuine... Sorry, you'll discover really quickly the reason why I don't do comedy is because I'm quite dull and quite serious a lot of the time. So, yeah.
Can you look after yourself though?
No, I was in one fist fight when I was at school and I got my ass royally handed to me and I got a black eye, and then the next day my entire class walked me up the road. Oh, which was really sweet.
They had your back?
They did, to make sure that the girl, because she'd been bullying somebody else in my class, and I made a really smart arse comment back because I was good at that. I mean, killer put downs I'm ace at, but it turns out fist fighting, not so much.
So you basically stuck up for the person that was worse off?
Yeah, she was being mean to quite a few people in my class, and one of them was a friend of mine from primary school, and I responded in a smart arse way, and she challenged me to a fight at the Gulf petrol station in Baillieston, and a fight duly ensued, and then I got leathered, and then the lady in the garage she obviously thought because I was a nice girl and had been beaten that I must come from the posh part, so she was trying to make me go home in the other direction. I was like, no, I live that way. She was the girl that's just battered me. So, and then the next day, all my class very kindly walked me home to make sure that it didn't happen again.
See, that's when a rape alarm would have came in handy.
That's true-ish. Yeah. I don't know if it might have been a slight overreaction since it was a sort of a pre-planned fight. She didn't jump me so much as we organised that we would meet at the Gulf petrol station.
See, you're a goodie. Everybody know you're a good person for having the back of a bully victim.
I only wear white hats. It's a true story. I've never worn a black hat.
Only white hats?
Yeah. That's how you can tell the difference.
Where is it then?
Well, I don't wear it on camera because then everybody would know. I like to keep an air of mystery.
Where for you? Primark white hats. Yeah. I remember a junkie bit my horn one time in the town, and I was going to buy pepper spray. I tried to buy it, but then it's illegal.
Yeah, it is, and yet someone managed to get some. I've got loads of school stories.
Oh, you've got pepper?
Yeah, I have more school stories.
You've not got a rape alarm, but you've got pepper spray?
No, I don't have pepper spray, but someone at school did. And we were all walking down the science corridor one morning going, I feel funny. And everybody started streaming eyes and stuff because they'd sprayed pepper spray all down the science corridor. We all had to leave. It was very peculiar. It was like chemical warfare.
Whoever took that in would have been done for a deadly weapon charge?
They would now. I don't know if they would because I'm very old. I don't know if it was illegal back in the day.
How about age are you? Or should you not ask a woman
You
that
should never
question?
ask a lady that, but I'll be 45.
45?
This year. So,
you look good.
Thank you.
That sounded so sinister.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
You look good.
I felt like it was important to point out.
You look really good. Really good. We're in a loft, by the way. There's no windows or nothing.
And the lights are broken outside. I'm not scared at all. It's totally
the camera's not even on. I remember the first time I met you, I DJ.
Yes, you did. That's very true. And then you insisted that my driving licence was fake, which was flattering.
Yeah.
But, like, weird.
How?
Well, because driving licence, I mean, like, if I'd just written down my date of birth, that's one thing, but a photographic ID and you're going, that's no real.
Aye, right, fair enough. But
it's quite an elaborate con otherwise.
I know. I never thought about that. I never went that far into detail. I just thought you looked, the same age as me.
Yeah.
But then that's what you get when you don't drink or smoke or eat shite.
Or have like any kind of interesting life at all. You just sit in the house all night and watch Discovery Channel.
Is that what your life is like?
I sometimes watch the History Channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if I'm really feeling like, saucy. PBS America, sometimes they do the Civil War.
You were hitting me with some good JFK facts, but...
Well, I do genuinely watch a lot of documentaries, which are, and I watched a really good one where the theory was that the actual assassination was an accident. And this was it, because the thing I never got about these conspiracy theories, right? All governments are rubbish at keeping secrets most of the time. Everything always ends up coming out, and if you ask more than 3 people to keep a secret, one person goes, I'll not tell anyone.
Yeah.
And then immediately leaves you and phones their pal and goes, you'll never guess what Darren just told me. So I could never believe in the JFK conspiracy, right? Because why would everybody keep it a secret all this time? Why would no one ever tell the truth? But then I watched this documentary and they were saying the guys in the car behind JFK went out in the night before,
right,
and got really tanked up, right?
The guys as in the CID.
The secret agents.
Fucking
the
CID.
Secret Service. Not the CID. So they're all really tanked up and they get up in the morning, the guy that's supposed to drive the car is still so drunk that he can't drive the car. So they swap them about in the car, and then Lee Harvey Oswald genuinely does take a shot at him from up in the book depository. It doesn't hit him, but one of the guys in the car behind him tries to get his automatic rifle up to protect the president. He's a bit hungover, doesn't really know how the gun works. Safety's not on, shoots him right in the back of the head. And I thought, and that's the one time that nobody would ever tell anyone what happened. That seems like a convincing reason for how JFK was murdered.
Fuck. Imagine that as a hangover.
Yes.
That'd be the hangover for hell, wouldn't it?
Well, you think about it, you've got like shaky hands though. Like if you're really tanked up, you wake up in the morning, you get the shakes.
Normally when people drink, they eat fucking doner meat or something. They don't like assassinate a president. Imagine that. You're in a meeting. Why did you chuck booze? Oh, I just assassinated the president. No,
but I'm not supposed to tell anybody that.
It was pure out my banger, but it's Alcohol Anonymous. You don't tell anybody. Somebody's put heavy creeping on Officer Karen.
What?
That's the story of my life, isn't it?
Oh, bless. It's not true. I don't feel that creeped on. The rape alarm stuff was a wee bit creepy, but apart from that, it's all very reasonable.
Aye.
Kind of standard, to be honest.
You're used to it. You've just become numb to it.
It's interesting when we share a car in when we're going, because whenever we're filming, we get picked up. The same driver comes and gets us both. So they'll pick me up and then we go and get Darren, and then it's like, it's only 15-20 minutes creeping, and then we're right on set and it's fine.
I'm not that bad.
I know, you're not at all. You know, I'm only kidding.
That's just a part of my character acting. I should have had a rape alarm for that night when the junkie bit me in the horn.
You should. Or possibly some latex gloves.
Aye.
Or I suppose armoured gloves, ideally, like a nice, a knight's gauntlet, something really solid so that take your teeth out.
A junkie in the town asked me for spare change, and before I could even answer him, he punched us, and then I defended myself and he bit me in the horn. But then 6 weeks later, it was like a massive lump and wart and stuff, and I had to go to the doctors and get jags and all that.
Were you tested for all
Right, troops, sorry for that again, fuck's sake, man. We were just getting in the swing of things. Everybody in the studio's at their bin. Apart from me and Karen.
That's very true.
He's back on. He's here. What were we talking about
there? That you needed a gauntlet, some kind of armoured gauntlet to stop junkies from biting you in the hand.
Aye, when the junkie bit me.
Yeah.
I've not felt the same since. I'm just kidding.
Do you find that in the middle of the night you sometimes wake up and you've transformed into some kind of like junkie superhero?
A junkie werewolf?
Yeah. It's like a really crap superhero power.
Aye. Can I get a cup of tea with 14 coffees? 14 coffees? 14 sugars or something? Yeah, have you ever seen... I shouldn't be slagging junkies, that's shite.
No, well I was actually thinking that because I was earlier... This is why you shouldn't invite me on, because I'm dead serious.
How?
I was reading something earlier that the Starbucks in town threw a guy out, a homeless guy, and he'd gone in to buy a sandwich, and he had the money and the staff still threw him out.
That's disgusting.
And I was just like Starbucks are claiming that he had previous for being aggressive with other customers and things. But I'm like, okay, so let him buy the sandwich, but just say he can't stay in the premises. Let him buy the food. You've got the money, and then you can ask him to leave and say it's okay. You can't stay in here. So yeah, so I do feel a bit bad for making stereotype junkie noises.
Aye. Well, you probably never had any socks on or something.
That's probably what it is.
Like barefoot.
Aye. Starbucks do have a very a very strict dress code. I've seen people being thrown out for not wearing a correct bow tie after 6.
Well, they don't fucking pay tax, but do they?
No, they don't.
Scummy bastards.
As far as I know, their tax position is very complicated.
Ah, right. It's like Scientology.
Aye.
But with coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
We have to watch the Scientologists as well. They'll be all over this.
No, we're alright with the Scientologists.
Aye. Okay,
Aye.
that's fine.
Frank's a Scientologist.
Oh, that's nice.
Said the computer doesn't work.
Aye, exactly.
Aye.
Cameron only works when we're talking about the right stuff. Is that how it works? That's fine.
We've got a few questions here.
What's the questions?
Is Officer Karen camera shy?
Am I? Why am I not looking at the I'm not looking at the camera, am I? Sorry. Hello.
Are you camera shy in this camera or camera shy in general with acting and stuff?
Well, the thing is, the first thing you're told and the thing you must never ever do is look at the camera. So I think that's why people who are actors are really rubbish on these kind of shows, because you automatically go, I'll not look at the camera, I'll look somewhere else, I'll look over there.
But I don't want Karen the actor, I want Karen the person on.
I know, but it's kind of like, if you were good at riding a bike and then somebody said, right, ride a unicycle, you can't just immediately change.
Well,
you have to practice that, Shiz.
Shiz? Did you just say shiz there?
I did say shiz.
That is is that you trying to be cool?
It was.
On my podcast?
I'm old, it's all I've got. Don't
shiz.
take it away from me.
It's like you sound like a biography teacher or something there, fuck's sake. So is there going to be a new series? We don't know. We don't know, but fingers and toes crossed and tweet the BBC.
And tweeting to the BBC would be ideal, yeah. So this is it. I'm finding this quite strange because I feel like I have to keep talking because you're just reading Facebook.
Aye, because I'm just going through my Instagram looking at fucking...
it's interesting. It's
like
kind
pictures
of
of donuts. Aye, it's fucking alright. I only go back away.
It's like being out for coffee with people now, because everybody does that. They just sit on the phone and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll keep chatting.
I'm not being rude though.
No, I know it's all part of the podcast experience. I've just realised that I don't know how to deal with that, because normally if I'm out for coffee and someone does that, I just do it as well.
It's so rude. I hate that, man. See when somebody asks you out and you're just sitting there and they're on their fucking phone, man. That's an absolute...
I think it's a little bit socially inappropriate, but I have been guilty of it, and if I'm with someone who does that, I tend to start doing it too.
2 secs.
Oh, what's happening? Oh no! See, now it's just gone silent because we're all just staring.
No, somebody replied to my Instagram story. I dyed my beard today. Right, fuck it. I'm just gonna come clean.
Did you dye it?
I dyed it. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I do it because it makes me happy, right? But see, the day when I done it, it was pure jet black. Like, it was that black. I was thinking about cancelling the podcast. It was that bad. But I put some cream and all that in my face, and it's not that bad. But somebody was like, "State of your fucking beard, mate," on my Instagram story.
What colour does your beard come in when you don't dye it?
I am blue ginger.
But see, I like that most Scottish guys end up with a ginger beard.
No,
and I think
it's like, it
really
was
cute.
getting to the point cunts were shouting at me, driving past in their vans, like in the street, like I felt like a leper. Honest to God, I felt like I had fucking leprosy.
You're
And
just not hanging around the right parts of town. There are parts of town where that would be a positive boon, and ladies would fling themselves at you.
Really?
Yeah.
A ginger beard?
If
See,
you waxed your moustache a wee bit as well, you would be like catnip to the ladies.
are you saying I've got a bad moustache?
No, I'm just saying in certain parts of town a little bit of moustache wax goes a long way. If you know what I'm saying.
Right. Because that's why I got a beard, because they're like, oh, we like a guy with a beard and stubble, and I just look like a fat cunt with a beard now. Like, there's no difference. If anything, it's made me look worse.
I don't think so. I think you suit your beard.
Oh, thanks very much.
This is where it all gets really serious again. I'm sorry.
This is the part when everybody's like, go, nip Officer Karen.
Yeah, no. As I was saying to my friends earlier, I am quite literally old enough to be your mum in like the proper, not getting knocked up when I was at school way, but actually had left school and got married and had kids kind of way, so it would be very weird.
I'm sorry, I missed what you said there.
It's fine.
What did you say?
No, I was saying that
What,
I'm
I can't
older.
imagine if I was a fucking radio host or something. What?
What?
What was
What?
that? A junkie bit is...
I
Has
said-
anybody been bit with a junkie? Phone in to the studio, right? And share your experience. So I'm 40% junkie now. Don't even
Only
smoke
at the
that.
full moon.
Aye.
No, I was saying I'm literally old enough to be your mum and not in a, I was 13 and I got knocked up, but like in an actual left school got married kind of a way, so.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 29 though.
29, 39, 45, 16. Well, I could have left school and had you at 16.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Stop and marvel at
That
that.
has went
concept.
pretty dark now.
Yeah.
I need to watch what I'm saying.
When you were born, I was sitting my hires.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why? I was premature.
Oh well, maybe. What month were you born?
June.
I had just finished my hires then. If you'd have waited till you were due, I would have been on my holidays.
I'm like, I was something mental, like 9 weeks premature.
That's not bad. Well, one of my friends had a baby at 27 weeks. And he's fine. He wasn't initially, but he's fine now.
Have you got any events
No.
that you've not told anybody about?
None that I know about, no.
Aye, somebody said, Karen, you look about 14, what's your secret?
Ah, is it Ashley?
No.
It's usually Ashley.
Dale.
Lovely Ashley story.
Helen?
Yeah.
Dale Helen?
Oh, I don't know that name.
Ashley Story said, oh, I love Karen.
I love Ashley. Hi Ashley, I love you. She's very nice. She's very funny. And she's got a great singing voice. Did you
Has
know
she?
that?
No.
Ashley Story's a really good singer.
Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
We did a show years ago in Edinburgh and she sang. In fact, did she even sing in the show? I think it got cut.
Oh,
She's got a
really?
beautiful singing voice though. She's really good.
Andy, can you do us a favour? Can you look at the comments? Aye, because I'm blind as fuck. Like, see, trying to read my phone.
So, do you want some questions? Alan McMahon's asking what other acting roles has Officer Karen had.
What other acting roles have I had? I've done a couple of stage plays and I was on Radio 4's drama company most of last year, so I played a variety of Australians and Northerners and lots of English people, and I was Scottish 3 times. It was really good. I was there 5 months and I was 3 Scottish people. I was 2 Australians, so I nearly equalled my Scots and Aussie thing.
You're good at accents?
Geordies, yeah, I was doing accents.
What's your favourite accent?
I was actually getting quite taken with my Australian accent. I was starting to quite enjoy it eventually, and I was hoping to do some more because one of the guys that directed there is from Australia originally, and I was really frightened that he would be like, "You need to leave.
Aye,
You just need to get out of my sight. You're racist." And he was like, "Actually, it's not bad at all." It's like,
He's a bashing.
what would you like me to say?
That's alright, by the way.
Thank you.
That's alright, by the way. That's all I've got is just a junkie voice. Or a dafty voice.
So yeah, did a couple of plays. I was in a series of adverts where I was miming along to songs for Sterling Furniture as well.
What's the worst one you've had?
The worst acting job I've had? Oh my goodness. That's very difficult to answer without offending people.
Alright, okay.
What is the worst acting job I've ever had? Oh, I was an extra once actually. I arrived to be an extra on a series, a comedy series, and when I arrived, at 12 o'clock they were 8 pages behind, and they were only supposed to shoot 6.5 pages a day. So I sat on the bus as an extra for 14 hours.
Fuck, man.
It was just getting ridiculous.
Did you get paid for it though?
I got paid, but it was 30 quid or something.
That's
it
disgusting.
really wasn't worth it. Oh, it was horrific. That was a long day, sat on the bus. Any kind of day being an extra sitting on the bus can be quite wearing.
Being an extra's tough. I've done it a few times, but it's like Ricky Gervais had it spot on. See, they're all off their fucking nut. I remember I was an extra in River City when I was 18, and I was like that to a woman. I really want to do stand up. I really want to be an actor. And she was like, "Oh, what's that Scottish guy's name that was in Filth again?"
Or James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. And she was like, "Darling, you know, I was talking to James and I just says go for it and look at him now." And I was like, "James who?" And she's like, "James McAvoy." And I was like, "Oh, fuck this, man."
Do you know, it's amazing the number of people that helped James McAvoy start his career, because I've spoken to at least 4 who were the people that told James McAvoy to go for it as well.
I know.
He must have just been walking around town going, "Do you think I should be an actor?" I go for it. Alright, what about you? Do you think I should be an actor? I go for it. Like some kind of weird Gallup poll.
My brother just keeps telling me that he used to work in a Tesco.
James
in the
McAvoy.
bakery department.
I think he probably did. One of my friends went to college with him and said he's lovely, he's really nice. I've only ever seen him once, and he had his head shaved and he was sitting in the Tron bar.
Alright.
And he was sitting talking to a friend of mine, and I was trying to be really cool and not annoy him just on the basis that he's famous, so I basically just turned my back on him and spoke to my friend, and then afterwards I was like, wow, that probably came over really rude.
Yeah.
So sorry, James McAvoy, if you watch the podcast, I didn't mean to.
She's alright, man. Come on.
I'm socially awkward, but you know, I'm not bad as a human being.
I seen him at the BAFTAs and I really wanted to talk to him, but I didn't know. I just froze and I was just like, just grunted.
Apparently a genuinely very lovely person.
Aye. He's actually really small as well.
Well, that was the thing I was trying not to say there, but yes, he's quite dinky.
Alright.
Because he stood up and I was like, oh, bless, look, he's only little.
Aye, because he's, what is he, 4 foot 2? Just kidding on, he's not wee. But he is wee.
Aye, he's probably about 5'6", 5'7". I don't think he's any taller than me.
Well, what am I? I'm 6'4".
I thought that, because mostly it's been men that have told me about sizes. So.
Oh,
yeah.
What was that?
That's about a mile, I think.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were talking about something else there. I was like, what? Squads went dark.
Just a wee tiny bit. Aye. Wait till they see anything that we come up for if we get any more.
Aye.
It's just loads of like Officer Karen just standing and explaining about, you know, like sexual health problems to Bobby. So Bobby, if you ever feel a scratch, no, anyway, that's fine.
Aye. The birds and the bees.
Aye. It's all going very quiet over there. Everybody's just looking at Facebook. It's really confusing.
Gemma Scott said that you two and Ashley Story should do a podcast.
Oh, because Ashley's already got her. They've already got their very successful podcast.
I'll get Ashley on as a guest. Ashley can come on.
She's very funny. See, this is the problem. I think people are going to realise I'm just quite dull.
You're not dull?
Ah.
I don't like that attitude.
I'm pleasant, but not terribly exciting.
No, positive thoughts lead to positive outcomes. Yeah, it's a magnet. If you think negative, you attract negativity, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
I thought it repelled, is that not? No?
What?
I thought if it's the same poles, they repel each other. So if you put 2 positive poles together, they repel each other.
Alright.
You need a positive and a negative.
So is that why we're
basic
not
magnetism?
Is that why we're not getting on then?
Yes, apparently so. We're both positive. Sorry, a lot of schools coming back to me. I don't know why I'm having flashbacks.
Hi, Vietnam flashbacks to your childhood.
No, grade physics.
About 30 years ago.
Yeah, aye.
Sorry.
No, it's alright, it's fair. You're only saying that because it's true.
I like how you're that nice you can't even take an insult.
Well, I'm taking an insult. I'm taking it in a nice way.
Aye, like a... So, where do you...
I'm mostly made of gingerbread, really, on the inside. I'm just like a giant squidgy cookie of niceness.
That's why you look so young, so you don't drink, you don't smoke?
No, what do you do?
Must do something.
I like it. I do
you
like
gamble?
Biscuit. No.
You into that dog fighting? She breeds devil dogs and that?
That's well, it's not entirely true. There's like a tiny What's the wee dog downstairs? He's a mixture of like a Yorkie and a Chihuahua and a toy Yorkie.
Chihuahua.
And he's about this big, and that would be the kind of fighting dog I would breed.
That's a belter, isn't it?
Well, do you know, the thing is, I reckon he would rip the throat out of you eventually.
Aye.
But you'd have to be like really tired and have lain down. So he would just bark at you till you got bored, and then you would lie down and be like, oh bless, and then he would just tear the throat out of you.
We could do that when our acting careers dry up. We can get into dog fighting.
With tiny Yorkie cockapoos. What is that, like a corky?
Corkapoos? Is that even a fucking dog?
I don't know. I'm just...
Corkapoo?
What do you call it? A Yorkie cockapoo cross?
I don't know.
Because a cockapoo's already a cross, so that's a crossbreed.
It's a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua! Sorry.
Do you win any animals?
I do. I have 2 cats who tolerate me. They basically... I was just about to start a play when we got the cats. So my mum was at home with them while I was on tour, and I came back, and after 4 years of solid effort, one of them sort of kind of tolerates me now, but has made it very clear that I am at the absolute bottom of the food chain in the house. There's my mum, there's Fred and George, and then if I put in the hours and I crack the toys out when I'm required, then there's me.
That's pretty sad.
Well, because the thing is, George is a black cat who's very smart. Used to make me laugh so much. When we first got them, we got this big mouse, and it had a pull cord in it, right?
Yeah.
And if you pulled it, the mouse would vibrate. And George is the brains, and Fred's like the brawn of the cat world. So Fred would be like, play with the toy. They don't speak in real life, but you know what I mean. And that was fine. But George had figured out that he could work it himself. So he would put his front paws round the mouse, right? Grab the pull cord in his mouth, and then use his back paws to shove it away from himself, and then it would come back up, and Fred would just go round and round and round him like, how the fuck are you doing that? How are you doing that? How are you doing that? But Fred just jumps into his box and pulls toys out and drags them over to me like, make it move.
Okay.
And
that's why you're back in.
Yeah. But only if I do it at least 3 times a day. If toys aren't out 3 times a day, it goes in a monster hub.
Why is it called Fred and George?
After the Weasley twins from Harry Potter. I wanted to call them Harry and Ron, but my mum wanted to call them Fred and George. That's a true story. My previous cats were called Bill and Ted, so that I could say catch you later, Bill and Ted, when I left the house.
Any day.
They are sadly deceased, and they are now in 2 cremation urns on top of the bookcase, and my gran is in between them. And a cremation urn as well.
For real? Honestly, for real? So your 2 cat urns and your gran urn is on the...
3 cat urns. Because
right.
After Bill and Ted, then we got a cat called Max. And when he got cremated, we got his cremated ashes and put him on the bookcase as well, and then Gran's in the middle.
Your Gran's in the middle?
Yes.
So is it like... Fuck, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm like, I better watch what I'm saying. Do the cats like know? Because cats pure sense things like that, don't they?
Well, it's hard to be sure. I think possibly the cremation will have made it harder for them to be sure. I don't know. It may have affected their senses.
When you didn't put your cat in a fucking urn? That's what I'm trying to think, how can I word this in a way that's professional? I'm just going to say it, we didn't put your cat in a fucking urn, man.
No, because they come like that when you get them. Because the thing, when you take your cat to the vet, it's very tragic. I loved my cats. I cried a lot when my cats died. When they go to the vet and they have to go put to sleep, or if they pass away, you can get them cremated, and they come back in a little cat. Like
a cat urn for the fucking vet?
From the vet.
Right, I didn't know that. I actually
Yeah.
thought you went and bought an urn.
No, with like a little label on the top with their name on it, and a little message to say, you know, here's the ashes of your beloved pet.
Right.
And they come in a wee presentation box.
You know, what happened to the good old days of just fucking putting it in an Asda bag and burying it round the back, man?
Well, because I thought we were probably going to move and I didn't want to leave them behind.
Alright, okay. So that's Bill and Ted.
Yeah. And Max.
And Max.
And my gran.
And your gran.
Only some of my gran. There's bits that were kind of scattered all over the place. Well, the thing is, like, my gran had 4 children, my mum, and she had 3 siblings. So when she passed away, everybody wanted to have something, like a little bit to remember by, and you could do whatever you liked with it. So everybody got a shot of taking some and scattering it or burying it or doing whatever. So I'm potentially going to get someone in trouble right now. At Glasgow Green, there's a place called the Daisy Park.
Oh.
Or the Daisy Green, actually. And my gran spent loads of time there when she was a young woman. So one of her children went one day, and when the parkie wasn't looking, dug a wee hole under a tree, and so there's some there.
Oh, that's nice.
And then there's some in Carradale where her grandson got married, and there's some in a couple of people's gardens, and then we've got some in the house.
On the mantelpiece?
Yeah, and just on the bookcase upstairs.
That's nice. That's quite freaky with the cat. The cat ones are freaky, but the grand one's nice.
I think my gran would probably be more offended than the cat. She wasn't very fond of cats in real life.
Aye.
And now she's surrounded by
Is your gran in the middle and the cats are at the side?
Yeah, they're all around her.
She's alright with
She's
that.
surrounded. So I feel like this conversation's
Aye,
gone a very odd.
I never thought I'm not even going to say that either.
You can say what you like. As I've said previously, I'm an open book.
No, I felt quite bad slagging junkies and talking about rape alarms, and then I'm like, get back to the junkie chat. Any other questions?
Can you ask her to stop talking about cremations?
No.
I imagine is one of the questions.
Do you use beard oil?
Don't use beard oil.
From there.
Aye, coconut oil.
You're more trying to
What a shite question. What?
You're more trying to phone.
My mum tried to phone as well. For my mobile?
Aye.
Oh, obviously my mobile. I missed call for my mum. She should be watching the fucking podcast.
Maybe she was phoning to say you have to stop asking that girl about cremations. It's upsetting. It could be that.
I'm sorry, did I offend you there?
No, you didn't offend me at all. I'm fairly sure that your podcast watchers are just like, wow, this is taking a really boring turn.
No boring, but it was like just quite.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
So, life, eh?
Yeah. Don't talk to me about life.
You know, you can get. See, when I die, I read a thing in a magazine. You can get like turned into a tree.
Yeah, they can turn you into a little pellet. Like they cremate you and then they compress you into a wee like pellet, and then they bury you in the ground and put a seed in it. And
You're a tree. I want to be a conker tree.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
Right. Just
if
anything happens.
Me,
Aye.
As the closest relative that you apparently have, I'll be the person responsible for making sure that you are a conker tree.
I just give you my live will there. I just want to be a conker tree.
That's fine.
You can make everything else. So, if you get any shows or anything else that you're working on?
No, I'm going to be spending 5 days next week being a World War II teacher, teaching gas mask drill to primary school pupils in East Kilbride.
Nice. That's Hollywood. Everybody thinks acting and stuff. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I done a gig in a Masonic last week, and you're doing the gas mask stuff.
I am, and then I've got a murder mystery back at. Before we started, I was saying that I did a murder mystery a couple of weeks ago in an old nunnery, and the people that were there were convinced it was haunted and that they'd seen a ghost during the run of the murder mystery. And we're going back to do one again next weekend, and I'm a little bit nervous, just on the off chance that I also see the woman in white wandering about.
Did the people that work there say it's haunted to you?
We didn't see any staff. They had caterers. It's a sort of a big. You rent out the whole house for the weekend. You're one of these like holiday places. So you rent out the whole building, and you can stay there. There's a kitchen, everything's there, and there were catering staff in who just did the dinner for the night we were. Doing the murder mystery, because we were working all the time while they were there. We never got a chance to ask, and then the girls were really upset and saying she was up the stairs, she was rinsing something out of her dress in the bathroom. So
that's pretty spooky.
It is a wee bit. If I go back this weekend and another entirely separate group of people who have not watched the podcast and heard this story tell me that they've seen a woman in white washing something out of her dress, then I'll be a bit nervous.
Aye, just tell you after it.
Aye, please don't tell me, because I'm a big fairy.
Don't do it at a gig.
No.
So, any other questions? What's happening?
Somebody asked earlier, what do you do when you're not acting?
Yeah.
Aye.
No questions, to be fair, there's hundreds of comments, but no questions.
No questions.
Are the comments all
People
negative?
People are enjoying it.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Aye.
But they asked if you lost weight, I don't know, Donald Gillen, you lost weight, I'm guessing it's...
Both of it?
You're guessing it's me?
Ah.
So you're saying I'm a fat bastard?
No, somebody says you look good.
That's nice.
When you've lost weight.
You do, and you have lost weight.
There's a man, I just lost it.
Oh no. Find the compliment, we need that.
Thank you very much. I've not
I've
been
said
exercising, but
the last time I saw you, I said that I thought you were looking well and you'd lost weight.
thank you very much. Well, I don't.
Somebody's asking, how come if people see a ghost, it's always pure old and Victorian? How come you don't hear any junkie ghosts?
Because they're out there nutting smack, probably.
Well, or maybe they're there but they're just lying down and people don't see them because they're lying down, and if they stood up then they would be like, oh, there he is. But they just kind of, like, you know, if you walk through it, you don't necessarily look at your feet all the time.
Walk through it. McFlurry. I want McFlurry. Steady boo. McFlurry.
It would still be quite frightening.
Aye, that's like
In
a
the middle of the
Glasgow
night.
one. They should do that as a spoof. Get out. I love all that stuff.
What, ghosts or
Ghosts
horror movies?
and horror movies and paranormal stuff.
I'm a big coward about it. We discussed this because we met up for coffee before you did your one with the psychic people, and I was saying I'm a big fairy about ghosts. And I used to always think that in my old house, like when I was a very little girl, I had told my mum and dad that I saw a man standing in the corner, and I forgot all about it. And then when I was about 13 or 14, someone mentioned in passing that I'd done that, and as soon as they said it, I could describe this guy completely. And then I was terrified to be in my house on my own for about 5 years.
Did they have a name?
No, he didn't. I mean, to be fair, I went to see Scream in the cinema, and the first time I went to see it with the guy I was going out with at the time, he was so convinced I was going to faint because I had gone so completely chalk white that we left just after Drew Barrymore cops it at the start of the film.
It's like the first 4 minutes.
I know, but he honestly thought I was going to faint. And I went to see The Sixth Sense in the cinema and couldn't get into my bed without leaping into it from a distance for about 3 months in case somebody grabbed my ankle. I was just a big girl's blouse about it.
That was scary though. That's still scary when I watch that.
It's just a wee grab your ankle. That's like, whoa, no, can't do it.
And
I live in a kind of Disney-fied world where things like that don't happen.
This wig was scary in it, wasn't it?
That wasn't a wig. That was a toupee.
A toupee.
Toupee.
I remember watching It. Do you remember that, the clown?
Oh, with Tim Curry and a very, very young Seth Green.
Aye, Seth Green, no way. Aye.
Yes, I've seen it once and it was very freaky.
Yeah.
I've blocked most horror films that I've seen out of my mind, so then when I see them again, they terrify me all over again because I've forgotten what happened.
Well, you better watch what you're doing because that's coming back.
Clowns are creepy.
A remake. That gave me a genuine fear of clowns right up until I just started fucking getting mad with it, and I was like, fuck it. Had you had
a lot of serious encounters with clowns up to that point?
No, but I remember I was in my pal's house one time, and she had this wee Chinese clown doll that was on a shelf, and I was just looking at it, and every time I moved, it was like the eyes were following me. But this was after seeing it.
Aye.
So it just anything clown related scared me.
Or anything with eyes.
Aye.
Just any kind of eye related ornaments.
Aye, anything at all.
Just an eye on its own.
That'd be freaky. That's worse than a clown.
It would be just sitting staring at you.
We
Never
could be
befriend a person with like a false eye.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because sometimes they leave them lying about and he's like,
like in a cup of water with a false teeth?
No, I don't. I just imagine that they must have to take it out sometimes, and it would just be lying there staring at you. And what if you were looking at it, right, and you looked away and you turned around and it had moved round slightly to follow where you moved?
That'd be mental.
That would be terrifying.
But see, if you had a glass eye, you could hide things behind it.
Relatively small things, I expect.
Like you could walk through an airport with a bag of gear behind your glass eye.
I'm not sure how much extra space there is once the eye's in there.
Aye, but you could just fucking put an eye patch on or something. See, I think about all this.
That's true. And the sniffer dogs would just be like right up at you, like sniffing at your eye patch.
Eating your face.
We're back to the wee tiny Chihuahua Toy Yorkie thing again, aren't we?
It's a Chorky.
A Chorky. That's a good name for it. Ah. If it wasn't for the fact that Fred and George would throw me out of the house if I brought a dog home, I would quite like a Chorky.
I want a dog. I want a dog.
What kind of dog do you want?
Any dog. I like all dogs.
Do you see yourself as like a large dog owner
or
a
big,
little dog
massive
owner?
fuck. See the dogs that jump in the sea and they'll get anchors? They pull anchors.
Aye, a Newfoundland.
I get a really weird I just sound like Bobby, don't I?
No,
in real
not
life.
at all.
Hey,
No, I know someone that's got a Newfoundland. It has to be said, they smell quite bad.
Aye, that's cool.
They're quite stinking.
That's alright. You just hang fucking air fresheners off them and all that.
Just cover them in fine fresh cheese.
Aye.
I'm not sure if that's dog cruelty.
No.
I actually imagine you with like a tiny chorky.
Really?
Like a little man bag. Like, you know, like one of those, like a little messenger bag, but a really high-end one. A leather one.
What you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that I think it would be like quite a look for you with your beard oil.
My beard oil. It's because I look after myself, sorry.
No, I'm not criticising you for it. I'm actually showing respect and admiration for your sartorial choices.
I mean, my face is alright, but everywhere else is fucked.
But once you had your man bag with your chorky, that's the tipping point, I think.
I don't even know what to say.
It's because you're trying to figure out what colour your man bag would be.
Aye. Pink.
No, I'm seeing you wear sort of a nice, like a dark brown leather, and a light brown chorky.
With the, like, Paris Hilton?
Aye.
Alright, okay.
No? Have I crossed the line?
Aye, you've crossed the line.
Tell
I
me
can
more
talk
about your
about
beard
rape
oil
whistles
then.
and biting junkies and that, but as soon as you bring up me with a man bag, no! Not having it.
So is it actually specific beard oil, or is it just coconut oil that you use on your beard?
It's coconut beard oil. I don't even know. It was for the pound shop or something. Fuck knows.
Because you can get really high-end stuff.
Aye.
Mr. Natty's, that's one that I've heard of.
I will check it out.
And you can get with like sandalwood scent beard oil.
Ah.
Makes your beard hair beautifully smooth
I
and soft.
love my beard. I love my beard.
I feel like I have to...
There you go.
It's relatively soft, actually.
Yeah. I've started eating coconut oil. Like a spoonful a day.
It's not... So I need to be careful. I think I might be allergic to... Well, I've had a couple of times when I've had kind of food poisoning related to coconut milk. So I don't know if I've got an allergy.
Coconut milk stinking, but...
Well, but I didn't think it was something that could go off. But twice I've ended up quite sick. Having eaten something with coconut milk in it. Well, I'm sorry.
Living in the fast lane.
I know.
Come on, you never took Eckies. Come on.
I'm going to confess an offence. I have once eaten a bit of hash brownie.
Yeah.
4 of us split between us once.
Wow.
That's it. That's the most exciting and illegal thing.
And that
I've
was me
ever
thinking you were
done.
perfect as well,
No, I have a dark
It's
past.
all coming out now.
I've been in a fight. I've eaten a quarter of a hash brownie. It's pretty serious. No, I'm
Was it
legendary.
nice?
I don't know, because we were drunk anyway, so I couldn't really tell.
Because you were so high.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I don't think any of us thought it had any effect at all.
Yeah.
It may just have been a brownie. To be honest, what might have happened is we might have got drunk and eaten a brownie.
Somebody was bamming you up.
Yeah, it's possible. But yeah, that's it. I have been drunk sometimes.
Yeah. You don't really drink, do you?
No, I'm really bad at it. That's why. I'm terribly bad at it.
Yeah.
I can never ever drink when I'm working. This is another boring but true story. The show that I was talking about earlier with Ashley.
Yeah.
It was a sketch show, and there were 3 guys from Middlesbrough who wrote this really funny sketch. And I was a prostitute, and I had to do this thing where the client came over and I gave him a list of all the things I wouldn't do, right? And this guy James Harris, who's hilarious as well, really good writer, and he had found hundreds of names of things that like sexual positions and stuff, and it was just like, no crab, no cradle, no cross, no, and it just went on and on and on and on. And on the first night at lunchtime they gave us a glass of Prosecco, like 1 glass of Prosecco. And the one thing I'm pretty decent at is I always remember my lines. I'm good on lines, and I learn my lines quite quickly. I blew my lines in every sketch I was in. Everyone. Not the way that the audience would know, but I knew I had blown my lines in every sketch, and I was like, I will never drink again before I go on stage.
Because you were tipsy?
Yeah. Not hammered, but it was like Superman round kryptonite. I had lost my power, because my power is I always know what I'm going to say.
Aye. Drinking's a bad idea before you go on. I always remember a comedian telling me that years ago, and I thought he was full of shite.
I don't know how anyone can go on when they're drunk. I can barely even remember my own name when I've had a few drinks.
No.
And I'm ridiculous. Like, I'm everybody's best pal as well. I was always frightened that I'd be really depressed drunk.
Aye.
But it turns out I just love everybody. And I was at... This is such a knobby story to tell. I was at an awards ceremony. I was really drunk. Because they kept giving us free Prosecco. It's the bubbles, actually. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just bubbles. And somebody I was with was like, oh, my son really likes John Bishop. And I'm steaming. I was like, come on, excuse me, John Bishop, my pal wants to speak to you. And I did that all night. Just anybody that mentioned anyone, come on, now.
What was John Bishop like?
He was really nice, actually. He was a really good laugh. He was really decent. He was very pleasant and let us take pictures with him and stuff. And
good.
He was a really good guy.
So you're not drinking tonight then?
No, I'm not. I'm going home tonight and I'm going to do a little bit of admin for the box offices that I run.
It's fucking Friday night, Callum, come on.
I might
admin
watch.
work.
I might watch Who Do You Think You Are, which I taped on Wednesday. It's quite exciting.
In your bed before 12?
I'm usually in my bed for about 10.
You're not even kidding on that?
No, I'm old. I need my sleep.
See, I look older than you.
That's only because I've been sleeping a lot.
So you're saying I look older than you? Is that what you said? See, I can only say that. He's my fucking
Hang
soda
on, no, wait, are you saying I'm fat?
I didn't say you were fat.
No, but yeah, that's what you were thinking though, wasn't it?
How?
I knew it. I can't believe you're calling me fat.
Is that because you're calling me fat? It's a game of chess. Don't start your shite.
I'm fine.
Don't start a shite. Any other questions?
In Scott Squad, do you get to ad-lib or do you have to stick to the script?
We don't have a script.
How many times do people ask that? It's none. Sorry.
Watch the previous shows.
Aye. Sorry, I never meant to snap there, but it's just a pure snap.
It's fine. It's all right. Scott is not scripted. They give us a scenario. Sorry, that's just because people are watching this going, man, she's dead boring. I thought.
You go. Because I'm just going to be like, what?
It's alright.
You're
alright. It's alright.
Right.
You're alright. Leave him. Darren, leave him. He didn't mean it. It's alright. We'll just go. They give us scenarios. So there's a rough outline. Like Bobby comes into the station. He's found a scaffolding pole and he wants to return it. And then they just switch the cameras on, and then we just pray desperately that we'll think of something entertaining to say. Usually I just wait until Darren says something funny, and then I just do my face like this. And then eventually I think of something to say in return. That's pretty much how it works. I just let Darren be funny, and then I just wait for the gaps. Really.
You're funny as well, but you always put yourself down, you?
Not all the time.
What did I say? We're like macaroni and cheese.
You did, and I discovered that I was cheese apparently.
But that's the best part of it.
That's true, actually. That's fair.
Because you're not just going to eat plain macaroni or you're a fucking weirdo. You need to have cheese with it.
Well, you can have it with other stuff though. The cheese is not.
You're still putting yourself down.
The cheese is a more complex sauce, that's all, because there's more to it. It's not just cheese. It's a whole white sauce situation, a little bit of mustard in there.
I'm microwave macaroni and cheese with fucking tomato sauce in it. I'm sorry, I'm swearing like a trooper.
That's
right.
I don't know. There's a real officer cannon that works in Sonicos.
There are a couple of officer cannons.
No, it looks double. We should get people to send in pictures of the real officer.
Aye,
the genuine officer Karen. But I've met another officer who gets called Officer Karen, and she works up at the police training college. I've met her a couple of times. Her name's Claire. And we took pictures of us both just looking really serious. We're here pulled back this. So I feel like, and every so often people ask me if they can take a picture. Hardly anybody recognises me, to be fair. But if they do,
you look different with the uniform.
Well, it's the glasses. They're like Superman's glasses. Nobody knows it's me. If I take my glasses off, instantly recognisable. But if people recognise me, they ask to get pictures, and I go, well, do you want me to be myself, or do you want me to be Officer Karen? They go, I'll be Officer Karen. So I pull my hair back and I look dead serious, and then they're like, you don't look very happy. Well, you can't have it always. You don't see Officer Karen like this. Never happens.
Somebody said that I'll wear coloured contacts to match my mood.
Do you?
What does that mean?
Well,
black?
like, if you're angry, do you wear like black ones? If you're loved up, do you wear like sort of pinky ones?
Empty, dead behind the eyes contacts. I don't mean to be. Somebody called me a ginger bastard, man.
Nice.
How long have we done now?
54 minutes.
54
Really?
minutes?
We've been
That's
chatting a
quite a
lot
lot
of
of
for
time.
quite a long
Been
time.
doing for a few members.
What?
That's true.
Aye, that's true.
I feel very aggrieved. The thing is, I really like gingers.
Do you?
I always have.
Next time you see me, I'll have a big ginger beard. Ginger hair and all that.
Ginger eyebrows. It's the
Aye.
eyebrows that are the giveaway. You need
Alright
dye them as well.
Officer Karen, how you doing?
No, it's true. My first long-term boyfriend was a ginger.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have told me that. I'm on up to mine for a steak pie.
Seth Green. That's
That's
what
my terrible accent.
No, it's good. It was interesting. I liked it.
Aye. Remember that time we done a Karen used to help me with self-tape auditions
That's
before
true.
she used to get regular work, and I just sit now. And I had to do
I
an
love how you're
accent.
saying that because I've never actually had a self-tape audition, whereas you've had loads, and I was getting increasingly jealous because it was always like, I was like, oh, I've had one cattle call advert casting in 2 years, and you were like, so I've got this audition for this 12-part series playing a young Patrick Stewart. Awesome.
That's not true.
No, I know, but I didn't want to
Aye.
create controversy by mentioning a genuine one in case
Aye,
I say
that
someone.
I've failed for.
Yeah, no, not failed for.
Aye. But,
You know what I mean.
Remember you were getting us into trouble? I was trying to do a Manchester accent.
Giving you any trouble?
You gave me into trouble.
I did not.
Ah, you did.
I did.
You were getting
not.
frustrated with me. Because what was it, a Manchester accent? I can't
It
remember.
was a Manchester accent.
Well, I was like, I can't even remember what I was trying to do, but you're pure darn what you did.
I wasn't. I was very nice about it. I think I was pretty terribly sportive.
Yeah, you were nice. And I cut my face because I was nervous. I was
That's
shaving.
right. You were shaving, and we were trying to figure out how to frame it so we couldn't
Aye.
see the great big.
That took a fucking chunk. I'm still
I
scarred,
know.
by the way. There's round about there.
It's right there. I can see it.
Aye.
I remember because it was a nasty cut,
Yeah.
and it was like technically quite complicated because I'm going just try and sit. Aye, wee bit more. Aye,
Yeah.
like that. Try to shoot just like your
How I'm sitting
eyebrow.
with the podcast. I think we're good to... You want to keep going?
It's up to you. There's one more question. Somebody just done it. Where is the Officer Karen sketches filmed?
They're filmed in a community centre. The art department dress as a police station because we're not actually allowed to use a police station. I think because Police Scotland would get in trouble about because you have to pay for using a location, and I don't think the police are allowed to actually accept the payment for using a location, so we can't use a real one. So they just dress a community centre.
A community centre, we can't tell you where. Because
London.
mad bastards will turn up.
Ah.
I don't know if that's the technical term, but it will happen. Alright, Bobby.
Somebody saying as well, what feedback do the real police give about Scott? When you talk?
They really like it actually. I said last year I'd do some training role plays with the police, and it's always police that recognise me. If anyone ever recognises me, it's always the police, and they all really like it. But they're convinced that we've got someone on the inside, and that all the stories that we're doing are fed to us directly by actual police officers, which is not, in fact, the case. Especially the first series, because they were all like, I can't believe it. You've got someone on the inside. People are telling you stuff. And Joe Hewlett, who makes it, had just sat and just made stuff up.
Yeah.
The weirdest crap that you could think of. He just made it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we filmed it, and the police were going, that happens to me all the time. Like somebody defriend you on Facebook. Apparently, that quite often. That people go in and complain about that to police.
God, that's crazy.
That's a true
isn't it?
story.
Do you remember the audition?
I do remember the audition.
Because me and you were doing it together.
That's
didn't
right.
we?
I was terrified. It was in the Sits Theatre.
Citizens Theatre.
And when I arrived, I was looking down, because you have to sign in when you go in the stage door, and I was looking down the list like, oh my god, and I recognised everybody's names. Chris Forbes was in our audition as well, and Ashley, I think, was in ours as well.
I don't think so.
Oh no, maybe not.
No.
Sally Reid was, I'm sure.
Sally,
And Gail Telfer Stephen was there.
Gail,
And Manny was there.
Manny, aye.
I can't remember who else.
God, you've got a good memory.
I was really frightened.
Yeah, I
I
remember
get a
walking
pin-sharp
in
memory.
and seeing you in the corner, looking quite nervous.
I was terrified. Because the thing is, I'd not been doing... I'd been in an improv group
Yeah.
because I was really terrified of improv, and my my kind of mantra in life is I should probably do the stuff I'm really frightened of.
Yeah.
Not like murdering people and things. But like I thought, well, it'll be good for me. And we'd been performing in a comedy club in Glasgow, which is the most terrifying thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Is doing live improv. It's terrifying. And Joe came to see us because he was looking for improvisers. So I had done the taster tape.
Yeah.
And then they said, oh, we're going to do a pilot. So I came back to do the audition for the pilot. And like I saw you. I don't think we were paired up at any point. I don't remember being paired up. But we had to do this thing where you all stood in a line and you confessed to different crimes. And then they got to you and everybody else was going, I had said I'd stolen all the Queen of Hearts tarts or something. I was just being really silly. And then they got to you and you went, I kicked a duck up the bum.
Aye.
And I meant it. He deserved it. I'm not even sorry. And I thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. I'd never forgotten it. It was hilarious.
Thank you very much.
That's true.
That was a good day. That was a great... It's mad to think that was, 5 years ago?
2012 we did the pilot.
Wow. That's crazy, isn't it?
2014 for the first series.
That's crazy.
I know. Then first series, second series, third series, 3 years.
Aye. Well, hopefully there's a fourth series.
What's your favourite sketch you've done together?
Well, I don't have a favourite sketch, but I love it when we both laugh or we make mistakes.
When you corpse.
That's what I enjoy. When I corpse.
Yeah.
When the both ways corpse, you mean?
You always go for it. See, this is the thing you won't know, but it's very true. Darren does this thing where he knows he's going to laugh, right? And he just goes, and one corner of his mouth starts to go, and I'm like, I know he's going to laugh. In fact, my favourite was probably the colonic irrigation, actually, because when we went to start doing the colonic irrigation sketch, I'd already heard the story because Darren told us at the comedy unit before we ever filmed it, and I had fallen about laughing. I thought it was really funny. But we got to be on camera and I'm like, I'm a professional, I'm dead serious, I can do this. And we started doing the sketch and the whole, like, both the camera guys and both the sound guys were howling and they were audibly laughing. So I'm like, and eventually it got to a point and I was like, well, we just stop because I'm the only, because he'd corpsed himself spectacularly as well. And I'm like, well, we stop because I'm the only person not laughing. So we stop and we go again and everybody's going, I don't know how you can keep a straight face, I don't know how you can keep a straight face. We did it again. And we went through it, and then you corpsed again. And I'm like, and the problem is it makes me want to laugh when Darren laughs. So I'm like, no, I'm keeping it together. So we went to do it the third time, and the third time was the first time that you said the bit of carpet fell out, and I fell apart, completely howled with laughter. And I couldn't move for ages, I was just laughing so badly, and they had to come and fix my makeup, because I had like wee tears, and I was getting the wee rivulets down my face. When I'd been crying laughing. It was very funny.
I really hope we get a chance to do it again.
Yeah.
What?
What?
You talk about while breathing?
Yeah, someone has just entered the room.
Sorry,
it's not
Mum.
a serial killer.
I started laughing at
I don't know if you can hear that, but Will's in the background. He's...
Took me about 5 minutes to work out how you open the fucking Wayne's Gate.
It's because there's about fucking 10 flights you had to walk up.
We are up in the gods.
Go on this one, no, no, no.
Aye, there you
Do
go.
you get recognised as Bobby the same way Officer Karen gets recognised as Officer Karen?
No,
People call you Bobby in the street.
I don't get recognised with the beard and my contacts in, but when I'm wearing my black glasses a day, I get recognised quite a lot, but that's one of the reasons why I go contacts. I can't stop laughing when you're breathing, mate.
That's why I asked you if you want it, 'cause that's another question you get on the thing.
No, I don't mind.
Fine, quite happy to answer questions.
Somebody's asking where can they watch Scott's Squad?
I don't want to tell you.
I think no, the first two are on the BBC Store now. I'm sure that they've put them onto the BBC Store. And every so often someone shamelessly and illegally rips them onto YouTube, so it's always worth having a quick squint on YouTube in case someone's uploaded them.
Aye, they're on YouTube.
And there are various streaming sites which again are shamelessly and illegally stealing content. But yeah, the BBC Store I think is the legitimate source to get them. And it would be better if you went there, because that way the BBC know that people watch it and then they might make another one.
Aye.
But if you just get it off YouTube, they won't know.
BBC Store, please.
Plus, the last time someone ripped it onto YouTube, they were trying to get round. Like, apparently they use automatic recognition software.
Audio.
Aye, so they had just slightly upped the audio. They'd made it slightly faster. So I watched one of her sketches and it was hilarious because he sounded like a chipmunk. Alright, I'm Sir Karen.
You can do that in iTunes. You can make it faster or slower. It's slow motion. I'm going to say you won't listen to that.
It was very funny.
Next time you listen back,
And do it again.
slow motion.
What are you laughing at?
Alright, we'll let you hear it more funny.
Yeah, okay.
It's a funny one.
Sorry, oh no, I've got a burp because of that soda
Because
water.
of the soda water. Aye, soda water.
I
That's
need to
sinister
hurry.
again, isn't it? You'll wake up wrapped up in a carpet somewhere in a field.
Not the first time. I've lived a life you don't know.
Double the life of me, because
I
you're
know.
dead old.
I'm almost dead now.
What?
Well,
Just think you'll be up there with the cats one day. Eh?
15 years and I'll get my retirement pension.
Really?
60. Well, I won't actually get my retirement pension because the government are determined to make sure that I'll die before I get it. But yeah, 15 years and I'll be 60. Get my bus pass.
Wow. Don't worry, if I get a big acting part, I'll give you money.
Thank you.
And vice versa.
Scotland, works on the verbal contract system, so that counts
Aye.
because I've got witnesses.
It's on record.
I know.
No bother.
It's totally in. 1% is plenty.
Aye. 1% of nothing.
Listen, if Spielberg phones,
Aye.
remind him that I'm available, like really disgustingly available.
To
For
phone
like
me?
Yeah.
Right. So what would I tell him you're available for? Because I'd just say I'm available.
Just out of the goodness of your heart.
No, I'd be like, nah, she's fucked. Stephen, man, aye, she's lost her leg, mate. I'll do it. I can play the woman part as well. I'll do my part and the woman part.
Why is Steven Spielberg phoning you to ask for me?
You brought it up. It was I bet you actors would be like that, like dead inside, selfish actors. I could be the woman part.
No, actually, to be honest, most of this is really boring again. Sorry, every time we're sort of going somewhere, I just start being really serious. No, most people are actually very good about it and like try and if they know someone and that they think would be good for a part, they'll be like, oh, you should totally get in touch with mummy.
I know, I was talking shite, Cam.
Sorry.
You're being pure serious. But
I'm a very serious person.
I would be like that.
You would.
I'd stab you in the back for a
No,
part.
you wouldn't.
I would.
No, you would.
Hands down, I'd stab you in the back.
No, you wouldn't.
I know, I'm sorry. I just said that for the podcast. I love you.
Oh.
Right, so everybody's getting
Aye, so.
everybody's getting mad with it. It's Friday. Maybe
I might go and get hot chocolate. That's quite an exciting end to a week.
you're gonna live to your like 120. Honestly, I'll be dead before I'm 50. You're gonna be about 130.
I might start to look 50 by that point.
Any more questions?
I don't know if it's just my phone, but it's not there.
Is that it, troops? I think that's it, Karen.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to talk about? I'm sorry if it's been a wee bit.
No, it's fine. As I say, quite genuinely, I am quite a dull, serious person.
No,
I
don't
think
be
we've
daft.
established that.
It's just we're trying out new things. We're trying the live thing. We might We might go back to it. We might do something else. Linda joined us in the pub. Somebody said, "Hi Gary, where can I watch Scott Squad? What's the story? Do you miss pushing trolleys, Darren?"
Do you?
Well, aye. To be honest, aye. I was like a trolley boy for 10 years.
Do you think you would go back to it as a hobby?
I don't think they would give me the job back.
No, I don't. Not professionally. Would you go back in an amateur status?
A non-paid?
Yeah.
No, because then I'd just get sectioned probably.
What,
Walking
just for
about
going round
as
and
the car
collecting
park
trolleys?
myself. That's that guy that was on that show 20 years ago, wasn't he? His arse is hanging out.
Is that part of the trolley pushing experience?
Well, I kind of miss it because it was like so. It's non-stressful.
Mm-hmm.
It's and like the people you're working with. Some of them are like really cool, different, interesting people. It's a good laugh. Do you know what I mean? If you go in with a hangover when you're a trolley boy, nobody gives a fuck. Like I used to like. I remember one time I fell I was that drunk. I was still drunk for the night before I fell. And it took us about 5 minutes to get up, and like nobody even noticed or cared. But if that was in an office or something, I'd have probably get to jail.
Yes, you probably would.
Aye, but that was years ago. I'm better now.
That's fair enough.
Have you never had any of the kind of experiences in life?
What, being so drunk that I've fallen over?
Well, I don't know.
Or being a trolley girl?
Aye.
Yeah, I worked in trolleys. I used to work in an Asda as well. I worked in the dairy cabinets predominantly.
Did you? Oh, so you did, aye.
I did some quality checkout work as well. I did a little bit of night shifts in the freezers.
You were Asda Parkhead.
I was Asda Parkhead.
I was Asda Rob Royston.
And then I have worked in bars and restaurants. I've waited tables and I've served drinks. What other jobs have I done? I've had a whole variety of part-time jobs. I've done promo work, standing in more Asdas, trying to explain to people how the Asda price promise worked for 8 hours a day for a week. Which was soul destroying.
Well, you've found the way now.
Yes.
The light.
The way, the truth, and the light. And
we're going to be like Saved by the Bell, weren't we? We'll be doing Scott Squad until we're like 90.
Hey, listen, I don't mind. As long as people still watch I'm totally
I'm
up for that.
To the death. I'll be like Screech. I'll end up a sergeant.
Oh, don't, because he ended up in prison because he stabbed a person.
Aye, because he shanked a guy. Right, that's fair enough. Screech actually shanked somebody in a bar, and I find that amazing for some reason.
True, he did.
I mean, knife crime's no funny, but
no.
Imagine you were that guy. Imagine getting stabbed off fucking Screech. Do you know what I mean?
I don't even think he stabbed him particularly deeply. I think that was part of the reason why he didn't go to prison for that long, is because he kind of stabbed him, but didn't really, really hurt him.
Because imagine I don't even know where I was going with my thoughts there. I was just getting images of him getting like pumped in the jail and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, we'll move on. Saved by the jail. Saved by the jail. My head's full of shit now. Right, Trips, I think that's us,
I think we should
aye,
say
I'm just
cheerio.
gibbering.
Sorry for just gibbering at you for an hour and a bit.
I'm gibbering shite. No, you're not gibbering, I'm gibbering.
I've been gibbering most of the night.
You've been lovely, as always.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No worries. You're more than welcome to come back.
I'll try and think of something more interesting to talk about next time.
Bring the cat ons and we can put them on the table.
See cats in my gran.
Aye, that'd be... Right, Troops, thank you very much for tuning in to the Darren Connell podcast. And I says at the start, wow, your breathing is fucking mental, mate. Honestly.
You can't hear it for there, fuck's sake.
I can. Mate, I think you cunts on the podcast can hear it. Like...
Because I've got a blocked nose, man.
I'm trying to keep a straight face and do my podcast. Right, so what I'm saying is, I said at the start of the night, if you share the podcast, I'm going to give you 2 free tickets to my Glasgow comedy show. So I'll check it tomorrow, the next day, and then I'll announce who's getting the tickets. And that's on Thursday, by the way, if anybody wants to come. It's at Blackfriars.
You get 2 shows that night?
Yes.
7:30 and 9:15 if memory serves.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
It's alright, I'm mostly here for publicity purposes.
Karen's going to come.
I am. I've got a ticket. Purchased a ticket, and I'm expecting a good show.
I can't believe you bought a ticket. I'd have gave you a ticket. Same with fucking Frank and that. I'd have gave them tickets. They bought tickets.
Oh, of course we bought tickets. Otherwise there's no point.
Eh?
It's not.
I'd have says I would have give you a ticket, but if you're going to breathe like that... I was kidding on, mate. I'm kidding on. I'm sorry. Trying to be funny, mate. I'm sorry.
9:15. Still seats available.
Aye.
Good seats available.
Right, so that's us.
Yes.
And thank you. And see you later, right?
Thank you. Bye.